Welcome back to Broken Bobby's Transformation Page. If you are new to the page, in 1990 I became involved in the drug gang world. From 92 to '06, I spent a lot of time incarcerated. I tell these stories to let you know it don't have to be you. If you're young and thinking about trying something or you're figuring out how to get out, these are my stories of this lifestyle and how it affected me, and eventually I got out and transformed my life. So let's get into today's story. So, as you guys can see by the thumbnail, this is if I were to relapse today. So, in this video, I'm going to go over how I picture the scenario of me relapsing and what would happen to my life if that were to happen. It would definitely eventually go all bad. But before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, drop a comment, tell me what you think, smash that like button. And be sure to share this video to someone that you think may enjoy it. Also, you can become a member of the channel now. So if that's something that interests you, smash that join button, and there's definitely perks involved with that. So let's get into this. How could it happen? What would happen? And, how would it change my life? More than likely, if it were to happen, someone would give it to me. And I would make the mistake of, using it. So now I'm high. And, my wife has been through it all with me. And I think, quite honestly, she would leave me. And, I would probably be bitter about that because my mindset would be changed due to the using of methamphetamines. And, it would turn into me going on a sick one, basically. Now, something about me when I was using, I sold to support my habit. And in my mind, I would scheme on how I'm going to turn this small sack into a mountain. Right? So, in my mind, I'm going to be making thousands of dollars a day. And, likely that would be a real possibility. I would start hanging around people that I normally wouldn't hang around. And I would start linking up with some people that I not necessarily feel I could trust, but that I could utilize to further my empire in my mind, right? So, I'd meet a bunch of people. I would find some people that are hustlers that could move product, and I would set up shops with them. Uh, Relatively quickly, once I start earning money, I would figure out where I need to pay taxes. Now, on that one, I'm not going to get too much into that, but if you know, you know. So, yeah, I would make sure that there's some money being sent to who it needs to be sent to. And, this would go on for a while. I'd probably be bouncing around from hotel room to hotel room, and I would lose my job quickly because in my mind, I'm losing money going to work, or at least that's the way I used to think. So now this would go on for 6 months, a year, year and a half, maybe 2 years. And eventually I would get burned out because it's one hell of a hustle. It's constantly going. There's no days off. You're constantly on the move. You're constantly watching that sheriff. What is he doing as you're in traffic? It's just, it's a lot of stress. So, like I said, eventually I would get burned out. And for me, that's when the handcuffs are to follow shortly. And I hate to say it, but I need a vacation. I need a vacation from this lifestyle, and that's where jail and prison comes into effect. Now, this is if I'm lucky, because the thing is, it's treacherous out there, especially when you're dealing in volume, which is typically the way I did things. People will set you up, people will try to rob you, people will unalive you for crumbs. And it was that way then. I'm sure it's still that way now, Um, the thing is, the idea of this video is I'm playing the tape all the way through, and this is something that helps me to maintain my sobriety. A couple of years ago, not even a couple of years ago, about a year ago, they cut a bunch of our hours at work. And this was a thought that came into my mind that, maybe I could start hustling again to make some more money. But you got to play the tape through. And what I mean by that is you have to consider what are the consequences. And the consequences for me is always going to be prison. At the very least, some county jail time. The consequences for me are going to be losing my family, for disappointing my family. And that's not something that I'm willing to do. So this is why I don't keep company with people that are using that can possibly compromise my sobriety. So, that's the whole thing. Now, I always talk about family, fitness, and freedom, and those are the things that help me to initially get away from this lifestyle. And I feel like they can help you as well. And it's all up to you what you decide to do. The thing is, if you hang around a bunch of people that are using, chances are you're going to use. And the people that you consider friends probably aren't your friends. If you remove the X factor, which is the drugs or the alcohol, chances are you probably don't even have anything in common. So, I don't expect this video to get a ton of views, but I hope that the person that needs to hear this message hears it and it helps you. So remember, it's just about making good decisions, playing that tape through. Like I said, think about what if I do this, what's going to happen? If the potential result is bad, and when I was, under the influence of drugs, the potential was always bad. Luckily for me, I did a little bit of prison time. I did a bunch of county jail time, but I could have did a lot more prison time. I could have been dead. I overdosed. All these things are possibilities when you're out there using. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And, if you know somebody that you think this video may help, please share it to them. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this sort of stuff. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the video, and drop a comment and tell me what you think and what works for helping you to maintain your sobriety. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing an interview with a good friend of mine. He's a Crip from Compton. Be on the lookout for that. Monday, I'm imagining it's probably going to be a 2 or a 3-parter, but be on the lookout for that on Monday. He is somebody that has been to prison and been a part of that lifestyle. Now he's doing really well for himself. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that interview with him. And like I said, be on the lookout for that starting Monday. Don't look at the mountain, just start climbing.